to do that. So let's get to it and let's dive into what it's really like living here in the city of Flower Mound. So I wanted to start this drive off in this south part of Flower Mound. I'm pretty much on practically to the border of Grapevine. And if you head even further south, that's going to take you right to the airport. It's really the far end of Flower Mound. And then you kind of go up this little hill to take you into town. And here on the right are some, it's called Southgate, some fairly new townhomes, homes, not really lots or anything. And then we're going to come up to what we call Lakeside. So Lakeside is, it's pretty new. And it is massive. It is growing like crazy. There is a lot going on up here. If you can see the tower in the distance, there's luxury condos right there. We're talking multi-million dollars, beautiful views overlooking the lake, and high-rise office buildings. More are coming, especially some luxury apartments and things. But you can either take a route right here that is going to lead you over into across the bridge. We call it the dam road because it literally is across the dam and heading into Grapevine, but across the lake. And then this is just taking you right up north into Flower Mound. This is our main road here in Flower Mound, and it's going to be what you're taking all the time. If you're heading into Dallas, if you're heading over into South Lake, this is pretty much the road you're going to take, and this is going to lead you straight to the DFW airport as well. It's going to hook up with the 635 freeway. It's going to hook up with the 114. But if you're in the heart of Flower Mound and we're talking about location, that is going to be about a 40-minute drive, you know, with maybe a little bit of traffic to get all the way to downtown Dallas. So that's why we're talking about it being a really good location. Maybe if you work over in the South Lake, but you can't afford your median price point of a $1.2 million. That's why a lot of people like Flower Mound, because of the schools and everything that it does offer right here. So we're coming up to Lakeside, and one thing that we really, really like about Lakeside is there is shopping, there is dining, and there is just, you're gonna hang out here on the weekend. If there's a college football game going on, a lot of these restaurants, you can hang out and eat outside. There's wine bars. 1845 is a great steakhouse, one of our favorites. Epic Gelato, super delicious. But I'm gonna drive you through this road because just, it's a great little city community. You have townhomes, you have apartments, you have single family homes, and it's a lot more luxury over here in the Lakeside community. So your price points are definitely going to be higher, but it's also a newer area. It has been around for a number of years, but it is still growing. And I know we're all talking about how this area is just going to be, the traffic here is going to be crazy. So for people commuting, hopefully they'll kind of figure out some of that roadway, but they're building so many of these offices over here and these high rises overlooking the lake. So that's going to probably add a whole lot here, but not everybody's going to live in Flower Mound. So a lot of people are going to be commuting into Flower Mound, but you know, thinking of events, they do Friday night concerts here during the spring and summer, which is super fun. But we've come out here, like I said, for some college football game days with some friends and just kind of hung out at one of these restaurants. There is the Movie House Eatery over here. I mean, it's been around for a while. If you still go to the movies and don't just sit at home and watch Netflix. But as you can see around here, we have apartments up above. We have businesses down below, which just makes it very, very walkable. There's, you know, some small little community grocery store. I will say, if you're gonna live here, you still need a car. That is the one thing that we're always gonna talk about here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We do have some public transportation, and you might live here and work here and have everything at your fingertips, but you're still gonna wanna go out. And yes, we do all have Uber Eats and those kinds of things too, but as you can see, right along here, just a lot of things to do. There's gyms. I mean, hey, the Turing chocolatier, yes, super delicious. Your eye doctor. So you're gonna have so much of what you need just right here in this great little walkable community, which back in the day, that's what a lot of people had. And so just trying to do a little bit more of that and have a little bit more of those options of having everything at your fingertips. So Lakeside is just a super fun area to be in, to hang out in, and lots of things to do. But we are in more of the south end of Flower Mound. So you can live here, you can work here, but a lot of people do just live here. It's a really great location if you need to commute for work. All right, so I'm going to pull into the CAC here in Flower Mound. Now, this is the Community Activity Center that we have in Flower Mound. All of the main cities here in Texas are going to have one of these. In fact, most of the cities are going to have one, which I think is just fantastic. It's where you're going to sign your kids up for, you know, all different kinds of summer craft programs, summer sports camps, and swim team. I mean, you can come in here and play pickleball. There's something for adults and for children, but it does have an indoor pool, outdoor pool if you want to swim laps, if you want to come play basketball. Our kids' friends play floorball here. There's fitness centers here, but indoor pools, outdoor pools, lazy rivers. Gosh, I mean, pretty much you could spend the entire summer here with your kids and your kids would think it was fantastic. So a lot of really fun things to do out here. And when you have multiple kids, that's what we used to do, bring them out here to the swimming pool in the summertime, and everybody has somewhere fun to go run and play. There's an indoor kids zone, but it's just really fantastic, and we love the CAC. So a lot of the cities are gonna have them, but this did open up kind of right before we moved here, but it has just a lot of great activities for kids. So that's one of the things that we love about it. Now this is taking the route through the middle of the Wellington community. There's different little sections of Wellington, multiple different price points over here. So you can get homes in the, you know, high $400,000 range to over $1 million. But this road really kind of curves all the way down from Long Prairie Road and will curve up more to the west side of Flower Mound off of Cross Timbers Road. So it does kind of go all the way through town. The back part of Wellington does back up to Flower Mound High School. We have multiple elementary schools here within the community of Wellington, and we also have right over here the middle school and the elementary school right here in Wellington. So everything is right in the community. That's a lot of what people love about this community, is just a lot of the kids can walk and ride their bikes to school. I will tell you, if you are coming through here during school hours, cars will be backed up all over the place, but that's also kind of a good thing. So knowing that you live pretty close to the school, or you're not having to drive to the other side of town to pick up your kids, is great. But as you can see, all along both sides of this main roadway through Wellington are going to be paths so the kids can ride their bikes. And I mean, you're going to see tons and tons of people out here running in the mornings, walking dogs. I tell you what, when our weather's nice, this is one of those communities, as you can see with all of these trees, all the trees just really overhang the sidewalks. So even when it's super hot outside, you will see so many people out here. I think that's another great part about being in more of a master plan community, is I just feel like it's so much more active out here in the neighborhood. So Wellington is a really great one. It's probably the, well, no, not probably, it is the biggest master plan community here in Flower Mound, and Bridalwood is the other one. So we are going to take you through that so that you can see Bridalwood as well. But Wellington is going to be on the south side and Bridalwood is on the north side. Wellington will have a lot of amenities. There's multiple pools, the tennis courts, pickleball courts, let's see, disc golf, ponds for fishing, but more importantly, trails. I love trails through a community. I love being able to be outdoors. Granted, you're going to find a lot of those all up along most of the neighborhoods and streets and stuff around here, but just the trail system all throughout this particular community is just really nice. And as we get over here, it's Wellington Elementary, so kind of on the one side of the neighborhood, and then the other elementary school over on the other side. So 2 elementary schools right here in the middle of Wellington. Well, actually one's on the border of Wellington. So makes it very easy if you are moving here with kids and families. So lots of different options. In fact, we did pass it. I did not point it out while I was driving, but in Wellington, they also have kind of like the neighborhood preschool, multiple preschools that you can choose from here in Flower Mound. I mean, everything from some fantastic preschools at some of these churches out here. So you don't even have to belong to the church to put your kids in some preschools. I know friends who've put them in very, like, multiple different preschools in a lot of these churches, but this just kind of gives you an option. But there is the preschool right here in the community. So another great part about that. So something for everybody, doesn't matter the age of your children. Now with Wellington and the fact that Flower Mound High School is right on the border, like on the edge of Wellington. So I'd almost count that as having the high school not in the community, but close to the community. And as we get up here, we're just about to the end on the north side of Wellington, where, you know, more grocery stores, more shopping, your CVS, your Walgreens, banks, and plenty of donut shops, nail salons. Definitely have a lot of that. But we have lots of options. And then as we cross the street, so the schools in Flower Mound are part of the Louisville Independent School District, but there are 2 main high schools within the city limits of Flower Mound. One of them being Marcus High School, which is right here, which is what I'm passing, and that's more on the north end of Flower Mound. And then Flower Mound High School is actually on the south end. Now, actually, these 2 high schools have 9th grade centers. So they have their own administration, their own principal, you know, vice principal and that kind of thing, counselors. And they have their own separate, we'll call it building, that the freshmen take the classes in. Obviously, some of the freshmen will take classes on the main campus as well. But when they built that, it was kind of nice that they liked the 9th graders having that separate attention that they were given over on the completely separate campus. So a lot of the school districts here in Texas are starting to do that. Obviously, some of the schools are bigger than others, but just kind of a nice thing that has helped a lot of parents adjust to moving here to Texas and the fact that our schools really are so big. So lots of opportunities in the schools. Both high schools here in Flower Mound have phenomenal band programs. In fact, when you think of the state of Texas and they go to these state competitions, the three out of the 4 high schools here in LISD rank in like the top 5 for the entire state for their marching band. So if you haven't ever seen one of those productions, it's a pretty big deal. So only in Texas. Now, maybe the sports programs aren't going to be top of the list in Flower Mound. Does not mean that they're bad. They're just not as competitive as some of the other top ones. But we do have a lot of really great schools. They are A-rated. So always check niche.com and your opinions about that. You can even tour some of the schools if you are considering moving to a particular area. But they do get really high ratings for all different kinds of things with LISD. All right, so I did want to drive through Flower Mound High School's parking lots, give you kind of an idea of what you get over here. I didn't want to seem a little biased and only show you Marcus, because you know how it can be in a small town with these high school rivalries. I will say, even though my children went to Marcus High School, in fact, when we first moved here, our kids went to elementary school and middle school, and they would have gone to Flower Mound High School, but we ultimately ended up moving to the other side of the tracks, and our kids went to Marcus. But they have all had friends who have gone here to Flower Mound High School, and it's all in love. We may be super competitive, but they've all had some really great friends and great experiences. So if that is super important to you, do your research on where you might want to go, but there's some pretty clear boundaries on where the schools are. It is open enrollment. I have had friends and clients who've moved here and opted to put their kids into a different school. But of course, depending on the population and what they have going on within the school, if it's allowed, you're going to have to check with the school individually. But I do know that there is open enrollment here at LISD. So just check into it. In fact, last year, clients moved over their boundaries were for Marcus, but they sent their kids to Flower Mound. If that is of importance to you as well, that could be an option. But again, I'm not going to play favorites, and I think both schools are fantastic because I know and love people who have gone to both. So reach out if you have any questions, but there's so much research that you can do online as well. But let me take all of that off of your shoulders and do the research for you, and I would be more than happy to do so. We're going to go into Bridalwood, and Bridalwood is our community that has the golf course. So if you're a big golfer or you want a golf cart, it's certainly a fantastic community for that. You can have a golf cart in Wellington. I don't feel like I see as many people with their golf carts in Wellington, but a lot of kids over in Bridalwood know tons of people who have the golf carts. And even if you live in one of the neighborhoods that butts up to Bridalwood, a lot of them are going to have the golf carts as well. So another little great bonus about that. So let's head in to Bridalwood. We are crossing Cross Timbers. As you can see, I love the beautiful tower as we enter Bridalwood, and we're gonna have the golf course and the lake on the right-hand side over here. There are tons of houses in various little sections of Bridalwood that are going to butt up to the golf course, which is really nice if you love that golf course view and don't mind having the golf balls hit your house. But even though right now most of the trees have lost their leaves, in the spring, the summer, and the shade that comes over top of here makes it really pretty. So another great area where you're going to see people running up and down the sidewalk all throughout Bridalwood. And Bridalwood does have Bridalwood Elementary within the community. It's down around the other way. I'll be curving all throughout the neighborhood we don't need to show you every single street, but then right up here on the main section of the roadway right here is going to be the middle school. And I will take you over and show you the golf course here, even though I realized I just did not turn. There's a lot of traffic. But we have the fire station right here and the preschool over here. But I just love the road up through here and how it kind of goes through the middle of the golf course. You see golf carts all the time, and I absolutely love this view. So definitely wanted to come show you this so you can get an idea of what it looks like and just how beautiful this neighborhood is. So another part of Bridalwood, we do have a gated section over here with some bigger custom homes. There's no guard, but you do have to have a code to get behind the gate to get into that little section of the neighborhood. And there's also an equestrian center here in Bridalwood. So if you have horses or your kids want to take horseback riding lessons, there's part of the section of Bridalwood where they have the equestrian center in some homes on some much bigger lots, and they're absolutely beautiful. To get into the equestrian center, I wouldn't be able to show you a whole bunch from my car, but just know we have multiple friends who take riding lessons over there. When my aunt and uncle lived here, my cousin took riding lessons over there. But even down through the center of Flower Mound, there's other areas where you can sign up to do that. So yes, here in Texas, lots of options to ride your horses, and we love it. All right, we had to take a bit of a pause there. The way the sun shines in the car, it's a whole new experience right here, but this really is right in this is going up right through the middle of Bridalwood, and it is going to break off to the left and to the right in different neighborhood sections, smaller homes, bigger homes. Here we go with the sun again. The equestrian center and the golf course. So that definitely makes it more unique over here in Bridalwood. But I want to go through and show you the golf course area. They have a great clubhouse, bar and grill that you can stop and eat at. They also have a pro shop over there. And you do not have to live in Bridalwood to use the golf course. You also do not have to live in Bridalwood to eat at the little restaurant that they have here. And it's actually fantastic. Their wood-fired pizza is so delicious. So we had our kids that would come over here with their friends and participate, or our kids would come over here with their friends and eat at the restaurant, ride the golf courses over here. So it's super fun and we absolutely love it. So another thing to think about. And if you have any more questions about getting into this community, getting into the Wellington community, or any of the other neighborhoods in Flower Mound, there are so many areas to love. Now I'm going to take you through the Riverwalk community. Now we are just north of Cross Timbers, which is the main road east and west through Flower Mound, and just on the east side of 2499, which is our main road, like I said, heading from Grapevine all the way up north through Flower Mound, and it actually extends up to Highland Village, into Corinth, and all the way up to the freeway way north into Denton. So main road will take you anywhere you need, especially if there's massive traffic and the freeway might be shut down. Now Riverwalk over here is going to be all of these apartment homes, so apartment living, multiple options for that. And how cute is the little chapel that we have overlooking the river? Oh my goodness, and there is a wedding out there today. How fun is that? And then we have townhomes here, and we also have single family homes, but we have homes, you know, more of like zero lot line practically, where you're not going to really be taking care of a whole lot of the yard. They're probably going to have the front yard maintenance, but it's all along the river right here. And restaurants, it'll be fun, music and things that'll happen, some bands that they'll throw out there, but another really great area to walk, to go grab a bite to eat. Not a ton of options. It does kind of keep changing over a little bit out here, but a super cute little community out here if you want more of like that low maintenance living. And this is a great area. Now, right here next to the Riverwalk is also, we have two hotels. So the very first hotel was this Courtyard by Marriott, which opened up, I don't know, a handful of years ago. And then they fairly recently is the Home Suites by Hilton, and the Presbyterian Hospital is right here next to the Riverwalk. So perfect for people who literally want no commute and they might work at the hospital. This could be another great option. But lots of housing options over here. Prices are definitely going to be starting in the like low 500s, and that's for more of like the townhouse. A few different like little businesses over here. We have an Orange Theory and a nail salon, a couple different doctors, like medical offices. And as we come up here, this is $24.99, like I said. But just a quick little jaunt right to the Riverwalk. Some people kind of think that it, or don't know that it really exists over there, but a nice little community that is growing, that is fairly new here in the heart of Flower Mound. Now, when we're talking about shopping, obviously there's a ton of commercial that's going to go up $24.99 right through the middle of town. But this is really the heart, the main area that you'll probably be spending most of your time, especially if you're a mom and you need to make lots of Target runs. We do have a pretty good Target over here, but we have Lowe's, we have Best Buy, we have, you know, World Market, tons of different shopping over here for all of your everyday needs. And even as you go up a little bit on the north side, so when we cross 407 or Justin Road, we're on the north side of Flower Mound, and that's going to take us into Highland Village. And we're going to have probably the other half of our shopping up there, a massive Walmart. You have your TJ Maxx, your Home Goods. Those are also really good ones as well. And it's funny, I guess I get used to it, because when you're thinking of shopping, especially as a mom or even anyone, I mean, you're needing something, you need new like soap and deodorant, so you need to go to the store. But when people come here, they're like, these are huge stores and they have so much more than some of the other smaller stores. So apparently shopping here in Flower Mound, you get a lot more options and things are bigger and better here in Flower Mound. Now, obviously, I've been to other areas and I could probably point out some other great ones that I have been to, but here in Flower Mound, you're gonna be doing a lot of this up here. I'm gonna take you up here to the shops and we'll show you what we have up there too, which is, you know, the AMC movie theater. We have the Whole Foods, Torchy's Tacos, lots of other different restaurants. They just put in a Lululemon and a cheesecake factory. So depending on your opinions on that, not everybody loves the Cheesecake Factory. Sometimes we're in the mood for it, which is fantastic. They have a Blue Goose, your Kendra Scott, Victoria's Secret. I'm trying to think what else is up here. But if you need a quick date night and something to just kind of get out of the house, but you don't really want to go spend all night driving downtown or over even into Frisco, there's going to be so much of that right up here in the shops, and it could be a great place to come and hang out. There's a lot of great bars and restaurants, and I know I've met friends up here for coffee and breakfast. So really all of your shopping and dining. This, again, like I said, is going to be in Highland Village. They're called the Shops. All right, so I want to take you through the shops here in Highland Village. Now, this is just on the north side of 407 and Justin Road. And even though we're in Highland Village, it's where, even if you live in Flower Mound, you're going to be doing a lot of your shopping. We have an AMC movie theater right here. We have a Blue Goose Cantina, a brand new Chinese restaurant opened up that I heard is pretty great. Now, they're kind of redoing quite a bit of this over here. They used to have a cute little splash pad out here, but now it is kind of like a hangout area. Blue Goose, we have been here so many times where you just hang outside and eat chips and salsa and hang out with your friends when our weather is nice. We have, what do you want to call it? The teppanyaki place. But so many restaurants are over here. There is some shopping. They just put in a Lululemon here in the shops, which, you know, for all teenage girls and moms has been super exciting. We have a few boutiques over here, Bath and Body Works, a Cheesecake Factory. So depending on your opinion on Cheesecake Factory, sometimes we're in the mood for it and it is fantastic. So we do love that. But there are so many great areas to come and hang out up here. Grab a drink, do some quick shopping. Your Kendra Scott White House Black Market. There's a whole lot of things for a whole lot of people over here, and the shops are just a super fun place to hang out. But also, even during, we'll call it holidays or different events throughout the city, some things will take place here in Highland Village, which is super fun. So we're always talking about building community and getting outside and hanging out with your friends, and this is definitely going to be a place that you're going to be doing some of that. I'm going to turn around here a little bit to kind of drive you through a little bit more of the shops and kind of give you a sense of what they have. But you know, you might need to go over to South Lake or over into Frisco to get more of what it is that you're looking for. But your everyday shopping and just running to pick up a present for some friends, closing gifts for clients, there are quite a few options over here, and they've really taken great care of it. I love it during the holidays because they have a lot going on, and they'll put on fun little Christmas things, Highland Village events, and we just really, really like it up here. So another fun little place here in our neck of the woods that people love, and just kind of getting out and being a part of the community. So let us know what you think down below. Is this kind of like something that you would be into? Do you love something a little bit busier with a lot more options? But again, it might take you 20-30 minutes depending on traffic to get over to South Lake, and same for the city of Frisco, because tons and tons of things are going on there. And if you're going to go down to sorry, everybody's trying to cause an accident here, lots of trucks. So obviously deliveries are being made. So anyway, but depending on what it is that you're looking for, this is a great little area. And with Amazon and shipping these days, and you can have everything delivered to your doorstep, it's just kind of fun to be part of a smaller community that does still host some fun local events and things to do. All right, so this is one of the custom neighborhoods that I was talking about. It's called Montalcino. Now, all of these homes are going to be over $1 million. There are a few for sale, but they're all going to back up to trees and green space. You're going to have these wrought iron fences, which honestly here in Texas, because everybody has those ugly wood fences that do start to wear out, and then you have to replace those. Well, granted, at some point you're going to have to replace a wrought iron fence too, but because everything's probably around at least an acre, if not bigger, here in this community, it's nice to kind of have like that see-through fence. It just makes your lots appear quite a bit bigger. They have their own community center right here where you can play pickleball, you can go fishing. There is just other things to do that they've just given within the community. Most of these homes, because of the price point, are probably going to have a pool. Not all of them, a lot of them are going to, but there are some newer homes that are over here that have, within the last year. So not everybody probably has put their pool in their backyard, but typically in fact, I had another client, they're moving here from up north, and they asked if every home out here was going to have a pool in this price point. And I said, yes, you probably are. So in the summertime, maybe a pool isn't your thing and you don't want the upkeep, or you don't know how to swim, at least yet. That's the other thing that people talk about, is it's so hot in Texas in the summertime, and you may not be able to swim, but you may be hosting a party and maybe all of your kids, and you might need that pool to just sit in and cool off. And it's obviously a great way to host people, and it can be really beautiful. But I will say, make sure you are looking for a really good pool builder, because not all are created equal. And here in Texas, the way our soil is, you really have to have somebody who knows how to build and make sure that your pool is going to kind of stand the test of time as our foundation shifts, and with the dumb clay soil that we have. So it is super important that you get a really good pool builder if you do actually want to build your own pool and put it in your backyard. I have had friends, we've talked to clients who maybe kind of thought they'd save a buck or two. Totally different thing, I think, when you live in maybe Arizona, where we came from. But here, there's just a whole method to making sure that you take really good care of how you are putting in the foundation and the structure of the pool, to make sure that you do not have issues long term, and to make sure that it really is as stable as it needs to be because of our soils. So just giving you this beautiful look of these houses. Still have a few that are under construction. So if you want more information on doing a custom build here in Flower Mound, we do have those options. I know you can always find a lot for sale, not a ton of options in regards to that, but there are still some lots to build, but for sure some areas where you can build a custom home in a few of these neighborhoods. So Montalcino is definitely a little bit bigger than a few of these other smaller custom neighborhoods that we have over here. So but it does have the gate that will, eventually be guarded and stuff when they get around to that. So this is another great neighborhood, and if you have any questions, reach out and let me know. Okay, so this is another custom neighborhood. It's called Pepper Creek Ranch, over here on the west side of Flower Mound as well. So just wanted to kind of go through and show you how cute this neighborhood is. They've kept a lot of the green space in the center, as well as a cute little pond. They have pickleball courts. Again, just kind of like that small little community, just a few amenities, larger homes on larger lots, and everything is custom built over here. So this is just another really cute one that I thought I would show you if this is something that you might be looking for. All right, next neighborhood that I want to take you through is called Town Lake, and these were built by Toll Brothers. Now, I think this last year they just sold the last few that they had in here, and they started building before COVID. So if you got in before COVID, you got a really good deal on these houses here in Town Lake. These are, again, Toll Brothers homes, but now prices of these homes, you're looking at over $2 million, probably around 2.2, 2.6. But it is a really beautiful community. These homes are, I think they were part of Toll Brothers estate collection. So much bigger homes on much bigger lots. And if any new construction that we have slated to come here in 2025 for a production builder is going to be Toll Brothers homes. So prices here in Flower Mound have gone up, and knowing that only Toll Brothers are really offering, except for the, so knowing that Toll Brothers is really the only builder coming in other than custom homes, prices in Flower Mound have definitely gone up. So just really love Town Lake, and I just remember coming through here and touring properties over in this community, and it was just really pretty. Okay, so I am in South Flower Mound, right across from Shadow Ridge Middle School, and this is going to be the development called Oakbridge Crossing. It is a Toll Brothers community. Prices are starting at $1.43 million, but we are looking at homes that are going to be at least on around a 15,000 square foot lot. So if you don't know your real estate trivia and how big of an acre it is, that's around a third of an acre. And that's going to be the majority of these lots. So a little bit bigger lots. You're not going to be right on top of each other. And you're also going to have homes that are starting at around 4,000 square feet and going up to over 6,000 square feet. So yes, our prices are definitely a little bit bigger, but you're getting these bigger lots and its location. We're just north of Lakeside here in Flower Mound and more on the south end of town. So people who really are concerned with their commute and location and can afford the over $1.5 million, this could be a good fit. But the only new construction that's coming into Flower Mound currently that is by an actual production builder is Toll Brothers. So they have another smaller boutique community up closer near Marcus High School, a little bit further north, actually almost on the north end of Flower Mound, I guess you could say. And those prices are starting at 1.2. So you're not getting into anything under $1 million for new construction in master plan community here in Flower Mound, unless it is older. So if you have any questions about new construction, there's so many options all throughout DFW. Toll Brothers is in multiple communities and multiple builders all throughout DFW. I did do a bunch of videos on a bunch of the different builders, and if you want locations of communities that you're considering and which builders are in there, I'm more than happy to give you that information. So as for new construction though, you only got Toll Brothers, and you're looking probably, actually, when it's all said and done, close to at least $1.5 million here in Flower Mound. So let me know if you have any questions, and I'd be more than happy to help. So there you have it. That is the city of Flower Mound, Texas. And if you have any more questions at all, you know how to find me. All my information is down below. Scan the QR code that'll take you straight to my website. Fill out the questionnaire. Let me know what it is that you're looking for. But more importantly, if you want to make sure that you do not miss any of my videos and you want to receive more content like this each and every time I am dropping a new video every single week, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave your comments down below. Let us know what you like, what you didn't like, and which videos you want to see next, because we will do our best to see how we can plow through all these videos as quickly as possible. But until next time, take care.